look at the calculation behind how a credit card company can earn anywhere between 47 to 49% annualized return, or that's the kind of interest rate that they will effectively get, although the advertised interest rate is much smaller. For most people watching this video, they would say, why do I need this calculation? I know how bad credit card debt is, and as long as I pay my dues in full before the due date, I have no problem. That's completely true. Most of the freefincal subscriber based or members in Asana Ideas of Wealth do not need to know about this calculation because they understand how bad credit card debt is. But this calculation is essentially for those who get into credit card debt, and many people do. You will be surprised how many people do not understand the importance of paying the dues in full. They say, I will just pay the minimum balance. Or one person even told me, I regularly pay minimum balance only, minimum due only, every month. The minimum due amount I pay regularly. They don't understand how this can compound. And so at least for the sake of sharing this link to them, or at least for the sake of explaining to them how bad this is, please watch this video. I know most of you don't need it. So the first thing that you should understand is something called the APR. That's called the annual percentage rate. And this APR sometimes is advertised as APR. If you read the credit card terms and conditions, it will not be advertised in the front. You have to read the terms and conditions. It will be about 40%ish, something around that region. But the actual effective interest rate will be much higher than this, because the effect of compounding is not included in this. Many companies prefer to divide this 40.15% by 365 and report what is known as the daily annualized percentage rate of 0.11 or 0.1, roughly around that region. And credit cards either have monthly compounding or they can have daily compounding, which is even worse. So first let's look at the monthly compounding. So the way this works is that now we know the daily APR, that's 0.11%. So they will now calculate the average daily balance. So they will find out the for the last 30 days or in a billing cycle, whatever your billing cycle is, they'll find out what is the balance on each day and divided by 30, or divided by the number of days in the billing cycle. So that will give you an average daily balance, and that balance should be 0. Only then you will not get any credit card interest that you have to pay. So if the average daily balance is non-zero, and let's say 1000 rupees, after the grace period is over, that's very important. After the grace period is over, if the average daily balance is 1000, then they will multiply this 1000 into 0.11% and into 30 days. So that's the monthly interest. So they will multiply this 1000, which is the average daily balance, which we have assumed to be 1000 rupees, and into 30 into 0.11. That is the kind of monthly interest that you have to pay. That is 33 rupees for 1 month. So the outstanding initial is 1000 rupees and the outstanding final is 1033 rupees. So this is, I have assumed that the average daily balance in this simple example is 1000 rupees and it is maintained as 1000 rupees. So the person gets into a 1000 rupees credit card debt, and after that does not use the credit card in any way to make further purchases, or does not bother to pay some amount and reduce that average daily balance. We have, as a simple example, but in a realistic scenario, there will be some outstanding balance. When you make more purchases, the outstanding balance will increase. When you prepay in half or partially, the outstanding balance, the daily balance or the outstanding will come down. So depending on that, the average daily balance will change. But for this simple example, we will keep it as 1000 rupees, and after 1 month, the interest will become 33. So this 1000 into the daily rate of 0.11% into 30 days. We are going to neglect 28 days, 31 days, and so on. We'll just keep it as 30 for a simple calculation. So after 1 month, the outstanding balance will become 1033, and this 1033 will be subject to the daily APR of 0.11% for 30 days, and then you will have an additional 34 rupees, and add them, you will get 1067, and then 1067 on that you have the same interest rate calculation, another 35 rupees, and so on and so on and so on and so on. And after the end of 12 months, the outstanding final will become 1476, and that corresponds to a absolute increase, or, and in this case, since it is 1 year, the annualized return of 47.64%. And if you keep doing this, and you can see that in about 23 months, the balance doubles, the outstanding balance doubles, the debt doubles. Whatever we started with the debt of 1000 rupees, that doubles to more than doubles in 23 months. So this is an example of monthly compounding. If you go to daily compounding, the situation will become worse, as you will recognize. So in daily compounding, what happens is, let me just push this to the side. Yeah. So in daily compounding, you start with the average daily balance of 1000 rupees, and every day 0.11% on this outstanding will be applied. So 1000 into 1 plus 0.11% is this, 1001.10 into 1 plus 0.11% is that, and so on and so on and so on. Every day it will increase, and the CAGR after 1 year is 49.37%. Although the APR, the advertised APR, is only 40%. For monthly, it is 47% CAGR. For daily, it is 49% CAGR. And in this case, because the compounding frequency is higher, the debt will double in 21 months. So in both cases, within 2 years, the debt will become twice. So let's just look at this. This is the case for daily compounding, but you can see that 1000 rupees, this is 1 year and 2 years. So within 2 years, the 1000 rupees will become more than 2200 rupees. So that's well more than double. So this is the danger